So this is the light and this is the speaker. Yes. Good evening and welcome. I think we're about ready to get started. Sorry for the slight delay. We didn't even know if tonight was going to happen. Since many things have been delayed in person for so many years. So welcome this evening. Are we ready to get started? I just need to get the thumbs up from the powers that be. Thumbs not up? Take the mask off?
You're welcome to keep it on, but it's sometimes hard to hear.
Oh, okay. I think I got selected for this job because I have the loudest voice with a mask on. So I was just thinking I can do really well in the classroom with this on. But if you want to take, okay, so we're allowed to take it off? Sure. But I even picked out a special one to match my outfit for tonight. But okay. Anyways, good evening. Thank you for coming to the Honors and Ptk Awards ceremony this evening. And I would like to introduce my fellow MC tonight, and then I'll introduce myself. So Emma Cox, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Denise. Hello, everybody. It's good to see familiar faces, friends and family tonight. My name is Emma Cox, and I am an honors student here at Pima that is in the pre-professions major for nursing, and will also be the PTK president for the 2022-2023 academic year. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I am so excited and honored to be an MC tonight to celebrate all of the wonderful efforts of our honors family. Thank you very much for having us.
Good job. How do you follow a student that's that amazing? So my name is Denise Riley, and I am student success faculty here at the college. I've also been a Phi Theta Kappa advisor for the last 6 years since I started here. So it's been an honor to work with the honors and PTK families for the last 6 years. And like I said, I think it was the voice, the loud voice, but I will attempt to just keep it down just a little bit or put the mask back on if need be. But thank you so much for having us tonight. Thank you. That's me. Sorry, this is me. So it is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Dolores Duran Cerda to the stage.
And a little bio about Dr. Duran Cerda. Dr. Dolores Duran Cerda serves as Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor at Pima Community College, where she leads and oversees all academic and student affairs for the college, while focusing on student success, community engagement, and diversity. She earned her PhD in Latin American literature with an emphasis in poetry from the University of Arizona. Dolores received a fellowship from the National Endowment for the Humanities Summer Institute, has published and translated articles, and has presented at national and international conferences on pedagogy and literature. A seasoned educator, Dr. Duran Cerda has 20 years of comprehensive and increasingly responsible college-level instructional, administrative, and leadership experience. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Duran Cerda to the stage.
Good evening. Oh, it's so wonderful to see everybody here today. I'm Dolores Duran Cerda, and I am Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at the college, also a former faculty member at the downtown campus in World Languages, and also a former campus honors coordinator. So I'm here among family. I'm very happy to be here. And this is a wonderful opportunity to celebrate all of you and let you shine today. Speaking of shining, before this started, I was in the recital hall and saw all the outstanding projects that the students have done. So congratulations to you. Those were incredible. And I see that we have family and friends in the audience, so let's give them a warm round of applause for their support in your journey. Yay. Before we continue, I'd like to begin by acknowledging that today's event is being held on the ancestral lands of the Tohono O'odham Nation and the Pasquayaqui tribe, and that all of the college's facilities are located on ancestral lands of the indigenous peoples of our region. It is truly a privilege for me to be here with all of you on this joyous evening of celebration of our honors and PTK students and all of your outstanding leadership, service, and academic excellence. Congratulations to all of you. And as I said, I'm so happy to see family, friends, and partners here that have accompanied you tonight. It makes it even more special that they're here with you. Their love and support have greatly contributed to your success at Pima College. And we are so incredibly proud of you, students. This is a moment to recognize the contributions that you make to the intellectual life of this college and to the betterment of the world. Your hard work, dedication, perseverance, and resilience have paid off. Despite a global pandemic and social unrest, you have thrived, and that's admirable. My mom used to say in Spanish a saying, "El que persevera alcanza," which means he or she who perseveres will reach his or her goals. And you represent the very best of Pima Community College, and you help us reach for the ideal of this institution, a place where diverse ideas are respected, shared, and discussed freely. I would also like to thank our devoted faculty and honors coordinators who do so much to inspire and engage our students every day. Their passion for teaching, their quest for learning is imparted to you, our students. Not only do they lead in the classroom by guiding and advising students to where they need to go intellectually, but they also lead by example, don't you think? Yes, yes. So when I was a faculty member in the World Languages Department, I was, as I mentioned, fortunate to be the Downtown Campus Honors Coordinator, and I absolutely loved working with the students. I keep in touch with many of them that have already graduated. I would listen to their goals and help them work out their academic plan to follow and encouraging their grit, their resilience. So some pieces of advice that I have for you is never forget where you come from, your family, your identity, your culture, and if you speak another language. Always remember to ask questions. Be critical thinkers. Ask why. Take risks and be courageous. Even if you think you may mess things up, there's a chance for that, but that's okay. You learn and you try again. Also, give back to your community. You are a role model for your community, be it within your family, your neighbors. You are a role model, and they're watching you and watching your actions. Mentor someone because they'll follow in your footsteps. And please follow your destiny and your passion. Whatever your passion is, go with it and learn and thrive. You define you. Leadership and service are about purpose and not about positions. It's not only about a mindset, but it's also about a heart set and a soul set. Tonight, all of us are here to commend you, wonderful students. You have touched us with your accomplishments, diligence, love of learning, and tenacity. This is just the beginning of an exciting journey, and we are all thrilled for you. To quote Eleanor Roosevelt, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Provost, so much for those remarks. And just to add on to those remarks, I just wanted to give a personalized shout out. And hopefully, I know this isn't the largest crowd, but I wanted to let you know that we're also live streaming on PCC TV. So we will be announcing names of award winners that aren't here tonight or are just able to join us virtually. So we just want to honor that as well. But I want to give a shout out. Can you stand up in the audience if you're an administrator at Pima Community College? Give them a round of applause. Well, we had her backstage too. Please stand up if you're a faculty member. You teach at Pima Community College and you're here supporting. Please stand up if you're a staff member and you help support students in any way, shape, or form at Pima Community College. And I want to acknowledge, in case that we missed this at the very end, those that are here supporting the PCC live stream TV, the technical crew, and everyone working behind the scenes right now. Let's give them a round. So at this point right now, we would like to announce the academic awards. So Emma is going to be my, is that appropriate? My Vanna White, is she still around? I'm sorry. Is that still appropriate? Is she still around? Anyone tell me the truth? Is she, okay, she is tonight. So she is my Vanna. She is my Emma tonight. And we will actually start with those that are in attendance first, and then we will go to the ones that are not in attendance. What we're going to ask you to do is come up on stage as a group or behind the stage. Yes? Number one, group one. Okay, so group one is going to come back. You are going to shake hands or elbows or whatever you feel comfortable with at this moment with Emma, and then you're going to line up in front of us, and then when the group has been completed, you can take that photo opportunity of all the students that were acknowledged for the similar award. So we're going to have group one come on up. I've got several Vannas tonight, but I don't think they're just Vannas anymore. I've watched The Price is Right lately, and there's many different models on Price is Right, so I'm not usually home at 10 o'clock in the morning, but when I am, I do quite enjoy. Plinko, by the way? Anyone? Okay. So I think we may be in some type of order, but if we're not, we'll get this down, Emma and I here. Okay, so for outstanding academics, the first award is presented to Dylan Hermosillo. Come on up. See many Vannas here. Okay, our next award goes to Emma Cox for outstanding academics. Yeah, sorry, you just have to go at the end. Okay. Our next award for outstanding academics goes to Emma Maddox. And our next outstanding academics award is for Genesis Benedict. And you can come on up. We're going to take a picture of you all up front here, so you can take front stage and center. Next goes to Jake Shaw for outstanding academics. And we'd love to see James Grace for outstanding academics. Next award for outstanding academics goes to Joni Lukovic. Our next award goes to Kira Orkuma for outstanding academics. Yeah, you're going to form a beautiful lineup here somehow. The next groups will get this down. This is the model group here, right? Our next award for outstanding academics goes to Robert Martin. And last but not least in attendance, we have Theresa Bilic. Now we're going to say the names of those who are either live streaming with us or couldn't attend and might be able to watch this later, and then we'll do the photo opportunity for everybody. So just hang tight. The next award for outstanding academics who was unable to attend is Jen Conley. Yeah, we can still give him a round of applause, right? Hunter Kopening. Sophia Duran, Normal Heath. I love the yay person out there. Angela Ho and Sabrina Jordan. So please take this opportunity to take a photo with this fabulous group of awardees for academics throughout this year. Yes, you can throw yourself in there. Yes. All right, take that photo and we'll let you know when to get off stage. Give them a warm round of applause. Whole group. There we go. Thank you all so much, and you can exit the stage that way. There we go. The wonderful Elliot will take you around the way. Thank you so much. Next up, we have the Outstanding Employee Awards. And so I am going to give this over to my fabulous, no, my disappearing fabulous MC, Emma, who's going to talk a little bit about this group of folks and how amazing they are for our program.
Thank you. The Outstanding Employee Awards are dedicated to friends and faculty that support our honors program. We would like to ask Group 2 to please stand up and come to the stage.
They're employees. They're great. They know where to go.
All right. And we would like to offer our thanks to the outstanding employees that lend their support to the Pima Honors Program and PTK. I present to you our Outstanding Employee Awards. Are we ready to read them?
We're ready.
All right. And our first Friend of Pima Honors Awards goes to Allison Climes. Our next Friend of Pima Honors is presented to Karen Rubenstein. Wow. Our next Friend of Pima Honors Awards is presented to Dr. Dolores Duran-Cerda.
So weird to give your provost an award. Sorry, but I'm here, she's here.
And our next Friend of Pima Honors Awards is presented to Emily Besich. Our next Friend of Pima Honors Award is presented to Greg Wilson.
I think he's speaking at another ceremony, so he'll be here soon.
All right. Our next Friend of Pima Honors is Ishrat Mazabin. And the next Friend of Pima Honors Awards goes to Carla Garcia. Our next Friend of Pima Honors Award is presented to Melania Federico. And our last but not least in attendance tonight, Friend of Pima Honors Award is presented to Randy Munson. And we would also like to honor the award recipients that are virtually attending tonight that cannot be here. Ken Gran, Elena Grajeda, Debbie Cutler, Amy Kramer, and David Dure.
And I'd just like to mention before these folks leave the stage, when we talk about Friends of Pima Honors Program, we're talking about those that, some of them have been here a long time, some of them a shorter period of time. So we're looking at everyone from faculty to student life to administration to advising and counseling. And I just want to say this group supports in any way possible the honors program. So whether it be honors contracts, whether it be supporting financially the program so that students can travel and attend conferences, or just general support for the program throughout the years. I just want to say this is the group that we tend to send students to and say, this is a person that you want to connect with. And so this is a huge honor for this group to be acknowledged by honors to say thank you for being our friends, thank you for supporting our program, thank you for supporting the endeavors of such a great group of students here. So give them a warm welcome and photo op. And Dr. Mead will assist you off the stage. Okay. So now that we've talked about our academic awards and we've talked about our outstanding employee awards, we still have much to come. It is my great privilege to introduce Dr. Vordren, whom I've known for maybe around 20 years so far. Dr. Vordren, or Dr. V, as he's known, right, has been a teacher and professor for 40 years. I know. It's a while. In the first half of his career, he taught in 3 different high schools, including Amphitheater High School in Tucson and one community college. In the second half of his career, he has been with Pima Community College. For the last 15 years, he has been with Pima Honors and Ptk. 15 years. He's kind of the, he's what I call the roots of the program here, which has been described as the most fulfilling years of his career. And I can't acknowledge enough all the work that he's done over 15 years at this college to develop and grow this program to what it is today. So please give a warm welcome to Dr. Ken Vordren.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. They told me that I should talk for either 45 minutes or 4 to 5 minutes. My ears aren't good. I'm going to go with the latter, if I can manage this. Paper, old technology. So Ernest Hemingway, when he started a story, said he wanted to say one true thing. That's what he was trying to do. And so I'm going to try to say one true thing tonight. And that is that we do not see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. I'll say that again. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. To illustrate this, I'm going to come back to my piece of paper. Are you guys familiar with Thich Nhat Hanh? Do we have any people familiar with Thich Nhat Hanh? Yeah. He's kind of the Vietnamese Dalai Lama. You know, he's just great to read and to listen to. And he asked this question. He said, what do you see when you look at this piece of paper? And when I look at a piece of paper, you know, I see utility. I see something I can make a list on. I see something that I can write a paper on. You know, when I'm really generous, I think, wow, because of paper, we can have a conversation with somebody who lived 1,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago. And I think those are all really good things. That's true. These are true things about a piece of paper. But Thich Nhat Hanh said when he looked at a piece of paper, he saw the tree that grew. He saw the sun and the rain that nurtured it. He saw the person who cut it down and the person who drove the log to the mill where it was ground. And he saw the people who changed that log into a piece of paper. And he saw the children of those people going to schools. And he saw the teachers in those schools. And he saw the grocery stores where people went to get their groceries. And, you know, he just did the ripple out and ripple out and ripple out until this one piece of paper connected the entire world. And I think that's kind of beautiful, right? And so it's not what the world is. It's how we are that we see it. It's like some of you are old enough in here to remember radio. Who remembers radio and television, right? Okay, good. Some of you still remember that, right? So you can tune in to any radio station you want. And as we sit here right now, there are all sorts of radio waves going through us, right? I mean, there's country music going through every single one of us, and classical music, and there's talk radio, and I believe that is the Golden State Warriors playing tonight, or is it somebody else? So, some game is on and is going through us, and we're deciding what we tune into. Where do we tune that dial? What do we listen to? And so when I hear Thich Nhat Hanh's story, I hear really a couple of things. The obvious one is the intersection of everything, right? Everything intersects. Everything is connected. But there's also this incredible abundance that he talks about. This is an abundant universe we live in. And yes, there's suffering. Yes, there's all sorts of problems. And yet, when we look at this piece of paper and we understand all the interconnections and everything that's going on, we see this is abundant, even with the suffering. So if we don't see life as it is, if we see life as we are, then we have a responsibility to ourselves. We have a responsibility for developing and nurturing ourselves. And people are intellectual beings, we're emotional beings, we're ethical beings, and we're spiritual beings. And by spiritual, I only mean that we are able to see that there is something larger than ourselves that is going on here, that there's some bigger picture that is happening. And so you, in this audience, you honor students, we honor students, because I know that Randy Munson is an honor student, and I know that Karen is an honor student. I know that you guys who are here are honor students. We are intellectual. We are developing that intellectual part of ourselves. And in doing so, we are changing our worlds. You will not be able to walk out of here and see the world the same way. Your intellectual pursuits are changing who you are and how you see this world. But the emotional piece and the spiritual piece, we often don't talk about, especially in academia. We don't talk about this part of this experience that we live. And to be human is to be deeply, deeply vulnerable. We are all incredibly vulnerable in this room. Things can go wrong in a heartbeat. We all know that. And in our vulnerability, we often feel fear or shame or anger. And especially the honor students I know, we try to control our fear, and we try to control our shame, and we try to control our anger by being perfect, by just doing it right. If I can just do everything right, I don't have to feel bad. But in the end, that doesn't work. There comes something that is bigger. There comes something that keeps you vulnerable. And so there's this, we have to learn how to navigate our vulnerability, how to embrace our vulnerability. And there are a ton of ways to do this. And there's all sorts of teachings on acceptance and gratitude, forgiveness and trust and faith. There's all sorts of practices that we can develop and nurture for our emotional selves, for our spiritual selves. But I'm not going to talk about those. Those are your life work. What I'm going to talk about is the other part of Thich Nhat Hanh's piece of paper, and that's the interconnection. That's the importance of community. You guys have heard me say this over and over again. This is a we program. We do this together. All of the people who are up here, the people who are the advisors, we mainly say yes, and we try to support you, because we have to do this together. And we need to create a loving, caring, honest, kind, supportive community for us to develop, not only intellectually, but emotionally and spiritually. And we watch that. I don't know how many of you have said to me or said to my colleagues, I have come to believe in myself because of what I'm doing in honors. Because you trusted me, I learned to trust myself. And I just want you guys to think about what we're honoring tonight. In a pandemic, you guys did not allow Pima Honors or Phi Theta Kappa to shut down. You kept reaching out. You kept finding ways to be of service, and true service. You've been honest and kind and supportive of one another. And as a result, we're honoring all of these things that you have accomplished. So when I look out, what I see is an amazing group of people who have this limitless potential if we work together, if we are a we. E. Cummings ended one of his poems, "We are wonderful, 1 times 1." And that's us. We are wonderful, 1 times 1. We support each other. We care about each other. We help each other. And it's amazing to watch you grow. So that's what I see. That's what I see. I don't see the world as it is. I see the world as I am. And I have questions for you, and this is it. What do you see? What might you see? What are you willing to see? I say this at the end of every time I share with you guys. I love you guys. You are my people. I love you guys. Coaches say this all the time. I love my boys. I love my guys. And you honor students don't hear that enough. You don't. So I love you guys. Thank you.
Goodness gracious, is anyone teary-eyed out here?
I was gonna say, there's a little something up here.
And if you thought his speech was great, have you seen his letters of recommendation? Yes, I've asked him for that. He's been a mentor of mine for many years. So I will say, let's give one more round of applause to Dr. Ken Vordren. 15 years of service to honors and Phi Theta Kappa, and he still keeps coming back, and he's kind of the, I'm not sure if we call him the roots, the godfather, something like that, that he is the one that kind of started us all on this journey. The guru. How about we have a new name for him? The guru here. So without any further ado, we're going to acknowledge service, learning, sites, and events.
Thank you, Denise. So the Pima Honors Club owes many thanks to our community partners and different organizations around Tucson that help uplift the visions of individual students and of group projects. And we can't possibly mention them all because there's so many wonderful people and organizations that support us. But I would like to give some thanks to Tucson Clean and Beautiful, Himmel Park, Goodwill Metro, the Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona, the National Alliance for Mental Illness of Southern Arizona, and SUCASA, and also a warm thank you to all of the partners that helped us support our 2022 Rise for Homeless Veterans event. If we could please have a round of applause for our partners in service and learning opportunities.
So I think these are both, and I think we start here with the Superlative Services. Is group 3?
Okay. And next, we're going to move on to Exemplary Service and Leadership Awards from our students. If Group 3 could please follow Monique. So service and leadership is really what is at the heart of the Honors Club, and I can personally testify to Dr. V about the interconnectedness and that finding purpose in humanity and what you want to see in the world as a reflection of what you are. And that is what these students that we are going to honor for service and leadership do. They go out and they change the world and they champion social change because they want to see that in the world. So we're going to go ahead and honor those people. Give them some time to get up to the stage. I think I messed up here. Okay, good, good. All right. So we're going to start out with our Superlative Service Awards, and our first recipient for Superlative Service is Zahara Abdul Qadir. Our next recipient for Superlative Service is James Grace. And our last but not least in attendance tonight, recipient for the Award of Superlative Service is Ana Isabella Izzy Madril. We would also like to recognize those students that cannot be in attendance with us tonight but are attending virtually. Arden Moore, Antonio Pisillo, Yolitza Yanez. And that concludes our Superlative Service Awards.
Photo opportunity.
Photo op. And we are going to move on to Exemplary Leadership. The first recipient for our Exemplary Leadership Award is Teresa Bilic. Exemplary Leadership, Rachel Gravina. Exemplary Leadership, Miguel Angel Barrero Coronado. Exemplary Leadership, Hannah Irwin. Exemplary Leadership to Helianna Pillar. Exemplary Leadership for Genesis Benedith. Exemplary Leadership for Emma Cox. Exemplary Leadership for Danielle Ostrup. And last but not least, in attendance, our recipient for Exemplary Leadership is Clinton Ponder Gilby. We would also like to honor those students that are not with us tonight but are attending virtually. Justine Hendrickson, Savannah Todicini, Sabrina Jordan, Riley Jackson, Nicole Gill, Max Luavanos. Oh, Max is here! We didn't know Max is here.
Max gets front and center apparently.
Jen Conley, Jamie Barlow, Jacqueline Wirt, Gabriela Morales, Dominic Urigoyen, Colin Bryant, Angela Ho, and Andrea Salazar Calderon. Please join me in giving our Exemplary Leadership and Service Award winners another round of applause.
Photo op moment here. Everybody, we're good? All right, follow Dr. Mead down the way.
And I take this next section too.
Huh?
I take this next section too. And the next section in our program tonight are the Ptk Awards. I would like to introduce Dr. Elliot Mead to the audience. Dr. Elliot Mead is the Faculty Fellow for Pima Community College's Teaching and Learning Center and is a Paragon Advisor for the Alpha Beta Chi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. Throughout their journey as both community college student and higher ed educator, they have maintained a commitment to liberatory education and to the premise that learning is a basic human right. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Elliot Mead to the stage.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Emma. Whew. Okay, I am not a public speaker, folks. I'm sorry. Chartered in 1976, the Alpha Beta Chi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa has maintained unwavering commitment to our 4 pillars: scholarship, service, leadership, and fellowship. We are competitive at regional and international levels, and we are change makers at Pima Community College and here in Tucson. Regionally, we mop up. This year, we recognize Nicole Gill, who was awarded the Hallmark Ptk Distinguished Officer at a regional level. And Nicole isn't here today, but we're cheering her on. Thank you. And our chapter received regional Hallmark awards for both the Honors in Action and college projects. So it's hard for me to see, but I know that there are folks in the crowd. So if you worked on those projects, would you stand up? Thank you. Thank you. They were both amazing and will be hard to beat for next year. So congratulations go to, excuse me, I'm still very nervous. Congratulations go to both teams for your fantastic work and to your service for the college. At a national level, I am humbled to be recognized as a Paragon Advisor, so special thanks to Holly and Clinton, who were very sneaky about that. And a special recognition to our 2021-2022 chapter president, Helianna Pillar. Haley was a finalist for international office for vice president. This is a huge accomplishment and something that our college hasn't seen for decades. Holly, you're here. Where are you? Are you standing? Oh, of course you're in the back. Should have known. Holly, you're amazing, and I'm grateful to know you. Your collective hard work got us here today. Many incredible folks, however, have forged the path that we walk, and I would like to recognize two of them today, too. First, I'd like to recognize former Ptk Advisor Rob Carey, who passed away this last year, and I would recognize current advisor Denise Riley, who will be stepping down at the end of the year. Rob Carey was a beloved advisor for 20 years, who is known for his calm, positive presence and for being a wealth of knowledge. Reviewing old Ptk records after he joined in 1998, we very quickly see our chapter grow from 3-star to 4, from 4-star to 5. And we start to see more and more Hallmark awards coming in for our chapters, with Rob getting a Horizon and a Paragon Award very shortly after he took the reins. Since that time, and alongside Rob's direction, our chapter has amassed boxes and boxes, like literally boxes and boxes of awards, for Ptk projects and member accomplishments. And more importantly than any award, he's forged lasting bonds and friendships with Ptk members, alumni, and advisors literally across the globe. So much of what our chapter is and who we are is due to Rob's hard work and dedication, and we owe him a debt of gratitude and service in return. Thank you. Denise Riley is a beloved co-advisor. She is fiercely intelligent, has a stalwart compass, is a great mentor, and an inspiring leader. Obviously, we didn't pick her today to MC because she was loud, but she has an amazing charisma and energy, right? Definitely helps balance out the awkward that I am, so I appreciate that. Denise has served our chapter for 6 years and has been a sort of behind-the-scenes pioneer and powerhouse for every single one of them. She's taken on such glamorous tasks as maintaining our listserv, 20 emails at a time. And she took on the task of hosting our regionals once without ever being to one, a process that she said was kind of like running a wedding without never attending. Where is Denise? Totally. Denise, I forgot something, hang on. You guys think it's a lot, but it's this Phi Theta Kappa laundry bag.
You must tell them the story behind this.
Denise, so many of us here tonight are better people because of you. I'm really sad you're stepping down as an advisor, but I'm so excited for your journey forward. Can we give you a round of applause?
I'm a laundry bag. You must tell them the reason behind this.
It really was because she wanted a laundry bag. I mean,
So we were traveling, first time in years after the pandemic. Oh, sorry, first time after years of the pandemic. And it's the international convention, and we were all helping Helianna with her speeches, and we decided to clean out my office because I had about 8 boxes filled with PTK stuff over the years, like all kinds of swag. And I had no idea the power of a laundry bag, literally, I had no idea. And then I went to the conference and I put all my dirty clothes in it, like not in the plastic ones that the hotels give you. And I was like, this is the coolest bag ever. So then I asked Elliot, do we have any left? And they said, we've got one. And I was like, can I get that one? It was so fascinating. I'm a very frugal person, so thank you.
we're not going to be able to repay Denise. It's just impossible, but hopefully this laundry bag. All right. Couple more conclusions here, and I'll make this short, I promise. As you note, we're all about the 4 pillars. We're also about having fun in PTK. So please think of these as some unofficial awards, and my thanks to our entire team for the whole year. I'd like to give a couple shout outs to dynamic duos, Angela and Gabriella. Your amazing buddy system, beginning from Lit 261 honors contract all the way through this year, has been inspiring, and I've loved watching your friendship. I know you're not here with us in the crowd today, but I wanted to give you a shout out. For more rockin' duos, Hannah and Colin for being the game night virtual buddies. Yeah, thank you. Dom and Jen, same for Snakes and Lattes. And Carlos and Dr. Gus for being rockin' advisor buddies. So I know Dr. Gus is back there manning the slides, if we'll give him a nod too. A group of folks that I see, of course, I love you all as individuals, but I can't help but see you as our kind of mental health team, and a huge part, right, of course, of the last year of our lives. Emma, Teresa, Andrea, Rachel, and Genesis, thank you so much. I grant the Pony Up Shout Out Award to Riley for Hallmarks for pretty much obvious reasons. Riley wasn't even an official PTK member and took over that whole process, helped out with the whole process. There was some group intervention, but we really, really appreciate the massive amount of writing that was that. Thank you, yeah, thank you, Riley. Couple more folks, always an MC, never an inductee, Max, who just blew up on stage a little while ago like he owns the place. To Dom for the most amazing vibes. To Hallie for being the rose. I owe many people years of their life back over t-shirts, especially Rachel and Hannah. And Nicole, you're awarded most deserving of socks the next time I hit up the PTK store. So that's it. I know I'm missing many thanks. It's impossible to cover the year of memories and acknowledgments and the debt that we owe you as individuals. And so I thank you, everyone, for your hard work, and most of all for your camaraderie this year. And I'll turn it back over to Denise and Emma.
I may not be able to focus since I have 2 laundry bags now. This is such an exciting moment. So I think at this point we would like to, and I just want to echo what Dr. Mead said. Those of you that are not as familiar with Phi Theta Kappa, there's many components involved, such as College Project, Honors in Action, awards, and we have been a 5-star chapter for as long as I've been around, and probably Dr. Ken as well. And so in order to retain that standing as a 5-star chapter, your chapter has to prove that they are improving the college, improving the community, and working on projects to do that. So it's not just students that have high GPAs and work hard, it's students that take upon additional projects. And so even just writing up those projects and submitting those to the work behind the scenes in those. And so I just want to also acknowledge, I think we mentioned Helianna Pillar, who, and Clinton, as also Helianna, Clinton, and Rachel have been kind of a power trio for quite some time in the group. And they actually went to a makerspace not that long ago and decided it was Advisor Appreciation Week. I didn't even know that. But anyways, they made specialized wooden pens, and they tried to engrave them. Sorry, I know it didn't work out, but I engraved it myself. But they made specialized pens just for us on their own free time. Who does that? So anyways, I just want to acknowledge that trio as well that's been around for quite some time. So round of applause. Okay, so at this point we're going to recognize our All USA nominees and winners, and we're going to ask you to stand and be recognized. And I think we have a slide coming up on this one. So the All USA nominees and winners, if you could come on up. Maybe? Bueller? That ages myself, I know. I try that in my classes, and half the time they just stare at me. Like, you don't remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off? No, of course not. That was the 90s. Oh, look at these beautiful, thank you. Is this Dr. Gus back there doing all the work? Oh, give a round of applause to Dr. Gus. He moved that slide right on time. Okay, so as they make their way up on stage, do we have their certificates, or are we just acknowledging? I don't know. They have so many certificates. They have medals, certificates. I mean, they're just all over the map here. So if they could come on up, but we're going to say Andrea Salazar Calderon for, could we do that order? That would be really cool. You know, my concrete sequential self is like, Okay, so Andrea is the All-USA New Century Transfer Scholar and also part of PCC Love Notes. I don't believe Andrea is here with us tonight, but we'll just give her a round of applause. She's live streaming probably. Okay, I also don't believe we have in attendance Angela Ho, but we want to recognize that Angela is All Arizona First Team and was involved in our Rise for Homeless Veterans project. Some other fabulous leaders at the college and All USA scholars, Danielle Ostrop, All Arizona First Team, and also a member of the Pima Business Club Leadership. I do see Genesis right here. So you might want to just like step forward or something, you know, to make it seem like I know what I'm doing here. So Genesis Benedict is All Arizona's second team and also worked on a project related to emotional intelligence with students. See, there's like the step up, step back. Here we go. We call her Holly. I think we just gave her that nickname, even though that's not how it's pronounced. Sorry, for many years I've called you Holly. And by the way, this student has decided that there's a chair outside of my office, and a coworker said the other day, I think you should wash that chair that your daughter comes and sits on all the time, because like they haven't been washed in years. And I said, my daughter's never been here. She said, you know, the girl that's always outside your office. I said, oh, that's Helianna. That's my PTK president. Because she spent so much time with me outside my office, they designated that was your chair, and they designated you my daughter. So I'd like to honor Helianna Pillar for All USA, and she also worked on College Night at Goodwill Metro. AKA my adopted daughter, apparently. I just thought that was funny. Sorry. Did I tell you that story? No. Okay. Well, she comes all the time. Yeah, she knows my office hours, trust me. I'd like to also acknowledge Hannah Irwin, a Coca-Cola Silver Scholar. Also involved in the Diversity and Inclusion Club leadership. Jakelyn Wirt for All Arizona's second team, who also worked on the Himmel Park stewardship. Max, Max is here. Max Luevanos, who's a Coca-Cola Bronze Scholar and probably more well-known as the Peanut Butter and Jazz podcast. PB&J. If you haven't heard him, he's fabulous. Okay, and then Michelle Deschelle, All Arizona's second team, worked on site council with Gridley Middle School. And I do see Rachel on the end, All Arizona first team, and did a project with domestic violence awareness. So just thank all these students for putting all their hard work and effort and representing Pima Community College so well, not only across the state of Arizona, but in the nation. So thank all our scholars. And you guys can exit with the fabulous Dr. Mead. Well, I guess I'm your daughter now. Yeah, we can't part ways because you're my child, apparently. At least according to the chair outside my office. All right, here we go with Emma.
Thank you. I would like to ask you all to join me in welcoming Theresa Bilic to the stage as our student speaker. Teresa is a part-time student at Pima studying science with a focus on biology. She has balanced work and management of her mother's in-home elder care for the past 3 years while going to school. She is involved in the Honors Club and Ptk with Pima Love Notes and the annual Rise for the Homeless event, and hopes to attend the University of Arizona in 2023 on a scholarship. Please join me in welcoming Teresa Billick.
Right up here. Hi everyone, my name is Teresa Billick. I am so proud to be a Pima Community College Honors student. Going back to school in my 30s was frightening. I wasn't sure what to expect or what to major in. I was here because I had a passion for learning and wanted a good future, but aside from that, I didn't really know what I was doing. A friend told me to try for a scholarship and referred me to Kylie Seegers. I remember my first Friday meeting several years ago. There I met Dr. V. I remember him telling me not to worry, that his older students did very well in honors, and that my soft skills would help me along. Those simple words of encouragement stuck with me. They greatly served me in times of self-doubt. I can't say that I wasn't intimidated by the first Honors Club when I came in that meeting. Everyone had their big charity endeavors like fighting homelessness, leukemia, and domestic violence. Students were out every weekend walking dogs at the pound, cleaning up litter, and cooking meals for struggling families. I'd never seen so much intensity and ambition in one place. I did not yet have the confidence to jump in though. The pandemic hit and changed everything. My academic goals were postponed like so many other students. I was laid off and scrambling to prevent my mother from falling ill. I manage her in-home dementia care, which can take precedence in serious times. School moved completely online, and that was another frightening first for me. Those Friday meetings were still going though. With my time off of work, I logged on Zoom, met some wonderful students, and helped start the Pima Love Notes project. A large part of my life is recovery from alcoholism and addiction. The life I have today is possible because I work hard to keep up my spiritual program. I attend meetings, have service commitments, and practice coping skills daily. I bring this up because I see strong parallels between these very separate groups of people. In recovery, there's no better ailment for self-doubt than to be of service to others. The rewards of altruistic actions reach everyone involved. People mentor new members in hopes they too gain those rewards. People are accountable, kind, willing, and vulnerable. No one is perfect or has all the right answers. There's a common understanding that nothing is impossible if you work for it and ask for help when you need it. This may seem like an odd comparison, but I wouldn't have the respect for Pima Honors if I didn't see all the lives that had changed over my years here. These students come in and find themselves. Everyone is given the opportunity to have a platform and peers to stand alongside them. Through helping the less fortunate, we find purpose and direction. Sure, we all want the scholarships that come from our volunteer efforts, but we get so much more than the end goal. If I had just kept going to classes and getting my credit hours, I would still be lost. I honestly don't think I would enjoy college like I do. I don't know if I would have stayed in school. I owe a lot to Honors Club and Phi Theta Kappa. These supportive groups have given me a place of belonging as a student. They get me through the stress of work, school, and running my mom's memory care. I have found a community of like-minded individuals. We're all working our hardest. Our time at Pima Community College shapes us socially, professionally, and academically. My advice to any new students is to get involved in some way, in any way, and don't wait. Explore the opportunities right here at Pima. Then someday you too can be the one inviting a new student to a Friday meeting in hopes they realize the rewards available to them. Thank you.
Okay, between Teresa, Dr. Vordren, Dr. Mead, really checking the mascara here, please, somebody. Help me out if it's that rough. At this point right now, we'd like to, and we want to, I guess, hey, I've got the mic, right? I just want to say, as Teresa was speaking, I was really thinking about, you know, I think a few people alluded to that. I think Dr. Duran Cerda said it, but even throughout the pandemic, even having these virtual Friday morning meetings, Friday afternoon meetings, Friday all day meetings, our groups have still remained like very cohesive and very community and like-minded. We've had game nights. I've had to learn how to play different things on my phone that my own children thought was so cool. I was like, I'm so lost in that game. But we've learned how to adapt, and I'm really impressed that even during this pandemic, folks like Teresa have just shined and said this is a great community. And so I encourage anyone who knows other students, and I know we have our Pima Friends of Honors in PTK that were acknowledged here tonight, but if you know someone that belongs in this group that really could use this group, I say reach out to those individuals. I reached out to one tonight, and he's here watching, just to come and said, you're in one of my classes, and I think you belong in this group. So anyhow, I just want to say thank you so much, and I'm glad that these groups have been so cohesive even throughout the last, I think Emma told me tonight, 3 years. I said, has it been 3 already? I thought it was just 2. Is it longer than 2? So I just want to say thank you. So a round of applause for students just pushing through. So for Student Choice Awards, I believe we have Helianna coming to the stage, and I know that, Helianna is like always taking pictures and doing something in the background and somewhere around. Oh, there you are. Come on out. We now welcome Helianna Pillar to present our Student Choice Awards. Go for it.
Okay, perfect. A wise person once told me, Phi Theta Kappa advisors are the heart, and Phi Theta Kappa members are the muscles. I think about this a lot, and the more time I spend with these amazing people, the more I realize the statement to be true. Our advisors and mentors are the heart of our program. I could go on and on about how amazing our advisors are, but that would probably take days, so tonight I would like to highlight a special advisor. Dr. Elliot Mead is a faculty fellow for Pima Community College's Teaching and Learning Center and is a Paragon advisor for the Alpha Beta Chi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. Throughout their journey as both a community college student and a higher ed educator, they have maintained a commitment to liberatory education and to the premise that learning is a basic human right. They also have a super cute dog named Jolene that we're really aggressively loving with, so. Elliot took the role of lead Ptk advisor in the 2021-2022 school year and flourished in this role. Through their leadership, they have been able to keep our chapter a 5-star chapter and grow in ways we never thought were possible. One of the highlights from Elliot's leadership includes advocating for more funds to be designated to prospective Ptk members that cannot afford the membership fee. Some words that people think of when they think of Elliot include kind, helpful, friendly, compassionate, organized, inclusive, caring, and my favorite, funny. Clearly, Elliot has been an exceptional leader in Pima Honors and Phi Theta Kappa. Because of their leadership, we would like to recognize Elliot as our Student Choice Award winner. Elliot, would you please come to the stage so you can receive a present from us?
It is clear that I have no oversight of PTK anymore. I had no idea that this was happening, nor with the Paragon. You're all sneaky, and I love you.
I want to echo Helianna's sentiments. Years ago, there were just a few of us advisors, and Dr. Ken Vordren is back there, Rob Carey, who was mentioned earlier tonight, and one other. So really a small group of us, and we said we need to bring in the big hitters in our group. We need more advisors, we need more folks, and so we grew, and we invited what we called the key folks. We need to find these folks, and Elliot was one of them, and boy, I know that Helianna didn't mention this, but if you have not seen Elliot's dance moves, I'm not even joking. Like, I think I'm a good dancer, but holy cow. they can make some moves on the stage. So anyway, so the group grew, and we kind of combined honors and PTK. We got a few more awesome folks like Dr. Daisy that you'll all recall, and we've got Dr. Gus and Carlos, and Kylie came on in, and we just kind of started just growing, and Monique, and we took off, and we even like combined the honors and PTK group, and I want to acknowledge Elliot for that amazing leadership and organization in that, and some serious dancing skills that it's right up there. So give him a round. Now we'd like to acknowledge the exhibition awards, and Emma is going to assist me with handing out these exhibition awards. So these were based on the projects this evening, and so if they don't know if they're getting an award, do they just come on stage and, hey, I got it, okay, that'll be fun.
Now you have to sprint.
Okay, so if you're out here and your name gets called, just jam, okay? So for the most creative, just because, I can't call group number 1, 2, or 3. So for the most creative project idea, this is presented to Protect Our Pueblo Bees. Round of applause. Sorry? Oh, and that is for Izzy Madrill. Round of applause. As she makes her way to the stage. Oh, I like these titles. These are very exciting. Oh, you came fast. There's 4 of you. Come on up. The most impactful project award is presented to the project titled Save Our Served.
That's for James Grace.
Wow, see, that's why she's the MC right here, the real one. This is for James Grace. Give him a round of applause. There you go. I feel like this is Price is Right. Shouldn't they start running? Like jump up and down with excitement? And you've been up here a time or two. All right, the most informative presentation is presented to AIDS for Modern AIDS Patients, which is to Jake Shaw. So you run, because it's like Price is Right, except we don't have Plinko up here. Oh, I'm sorry, no one knows what Plinko is anymore? Seriously? Do-de-do-de-do. That one at all either? No. And this is the most visually appealing presentation is presented to the Arizona Citrus Project. Kira Okuma, come on down. You're the next award recipient for Pima Community College Honors. Absolutely. This is my co-host here.
I would just like to step in and say that these students all came out of our own Frankie Rollins Honors 101 this semester. And they are amazing students that have just really championed their social imagination. Here you go, Kira. Thank you so much. I actually had the privilege of serving as a peer mentor in Frankie's Honors 101 course for the past several semesters, and have just been shocked and impressed at what amazing thinkers that these students are. So I would love to give them a round of applause and welcome them into our honors family that much deeper. We can have you guys come off the stage.
And now I'd like to recognize, or I'd like to introduce special guests. And I think we're still missing a few folks here, so I'm so glad that you brought up Frankie Rollins, and then I'm thinking we've still missed Carolyn Peevich. We've got this whole crew of great folks in this room, but one of them I think I mentioned earlier, and that was Monique. And so I'm gonna welcome Monique to talk about recognition and special thanks. Come on over. Fabulous librarian, by the way.
Why, thank you. Hello, everyone. So for the honors contract faculty who are present, please stand if you are able. The dedication and support from these faculty members, and of course those who aren't with us today or maybe streaming, truly help facilitate honor students in going above and beyond their coursework. Honors contracts are individual agreements established between an honor student and a faculty member, where they can turn a non-honors course into honors credit. So with the support of the faculty member who is teaching the course, students complete alternate or additional course activities that add breadth, depth, and complexity and are thus deserving of honors credit. So on behalf of Pima Honors, we would like to give a special thanks to our honors contract faculty, and if we can all give them a round of applause, that'd be fantastic. Thank you so much, honors contract faculty, for your support and dedication. You may be seated. So, speaking of supporting honors students, in Dr. Vordren's words, the honors program is very much a we program, a collective, a team, a family. Our honors students, past and present and future, are all valuable and key people to our program. Their impact is seen and felt not only at Pima, but beyond in the community, in the workforce, the colleges they transfer to, and onto whichever path they take. The Pima Honors Program seeks to extend our support to Pima Honors students even further to help inspire growth as a scholar or leader and provide funding to serve as a reward for those efforts, such as stipends, book awards, and so much more. We are currently conducting a fundraising drive for the Dr. Ken Vordren Honors Program Award. And actually, during this time, the Pima Foundation is also providing a 50% match on every new donation that comes in at this time. We are a little over halfway in our money raised, but we need to reach our $10,000 goal before we can start awarding financial support to current honor students. Additionally, Dr. Vordren has placed a challenge that if we can just raise $2,500 more, he will match it. So challenge accepted, Dr. V. Any donation amount helps us move towards our goal, and for more information on the endowment, you can visit thepimafoundation.org/honors-endowment. And we also have flyers circulating around here with the program with the web address and the QR code. So if you're inspired by our Pima Honors students that are here today, or if you know someone who would like to contribute in this endeavor, be a part of our WE program and help us achieve this goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Monique. and we really appreciate that. I'm sure we're missing some others, but just, like I said, I guess we now have the name Guru. I thought it was like Roots, or you're the oak tree, but I guess you're the guru now, so we'll just stay with that, Dr. V. I'd like to introduce another great person today and a Pima supporter tonight. Ryan Stewart has worked for Pima College for over 20 years. He started as an instructor and moved into being a department chair, nursing director, education director, dean, and vice president. His current position is the vice president for the Northwest Campus at Pima Community College. He has written and received grants from various Arizona agencies, including the Lumina Foundation, Federal Health and Human Services, and the National Endowment for the Humanities, totaling over $50 million to the Tucson community. He's a registered nurse in Arizona. Boy, this guy has a lot going on. He's a registered nurse in Arizona and has degrees in fine arts, nursing, health and educational systems, and just completed his doctorate in learning, science, and educational leadership this May. Give a round of applause for that one. Wow. Talk about a jack of all trades. He views leadership and teaching as the process to inspire wonder, empower others, and modeling equity. Brian is an Arizona native from various rural communities and is the first in his family to go to college and complete advanced degrees. He continues to support his family and the community in which he was raised. He is committed to equitable access to learning for all students and believes the key is creating student environments that promote safety, respect, and inspiring to all. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. I guess I can say that now, right? Yeah, Dr. Ryan Stewart.
Thank you, Denise. I know I am the last person here between you and all your celebrations after this, so I will keep it very, very short. I do want to spend just a moment recognizing all the amazing people who helped put this on this evening. For those who don't know, anything like this is not a small endeavor. So all the faculty, all of the staff, the Center for the Arts people here, my assistant who did all the background work, please give them a round of applause for putting this on this evening. And I know we have noted this, but we can never note this enough. We do not do this alone. And so all of you honor students out there, please join me in recognizing all those people who have supported you to be here, to continue these awards, and everything you will do in the future. Let's thank them for that. So I always like to leave a last word. There's a lot that goes on in these things, and sometimes we always have to have one takeaway. As you heard from my little story there, I am the first generation of my family to achieve any type of degree at all, no less a doctorate. It is quite an honor for me to be able to do that. But I started where you are, and I didn't think I would ever be here. I was a Ptk and honors graduate at the University of Arizona, but this was not ever where I thought I would be. And there is a story that I have that I keep on my desk that I look at every single day. Because one of the things that we all discover is that sometimes we wonder if what we do really matters. Do we really make a difference? And I'm here to tell you that you do. And the story is the Starfish Story. So the Starfish Story goes like this. There's a person, older person, walking along the beach after high tide. Walking along, and they see washed up on the shore are all of these starfish. Hundreds, maybe thousands of them. And they realize that they're not going to live if they don't get back into that water. But it's one person. What can they do? What does it really matter? Up ahead, they see a young person bending over and then doing something. And as they get closer, they realize that this young person is bending down, picking up these starfish, and throwing them back into the ocean. And so they go up to them and they say, "What are you doing? There's far too many of them. What does it matter? What difference do you make?" This young person doesn't miss a beat. Just bends down, picks up a starfish, throws it in the ocean, continues, and then pauses for a moment, looks at the starfish, looks at this other person, and says, well, it matters to this one. And so please, join me as we recognize these amazing honor students who have already shown that the little bit that they have done makes a difference, and they are going to do even more amazing things. Thank you all very, very much for this evening. Good night.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan Stewart, for that inspiring story that I still keep thinking, this is on camera, live TV. Hope this is not running here tonight. So I want to thank you all. Is this the end of our program? I just have to, okay, I wasn't sure quite yet if there was anything else. I do want to recognize, I see behind the scenes a few really great folks that are kind of running the show, and I really want to say, there has to be this huge recognition. I know that we talk about our now guru, Dr. Ken Vordren. They kind of started this honors program with a small group of people. But I want to just say sometimes it takes someone great to kind of take that over once someone leaves it. And so after Dr. Vordren retired, and he's still a friend, and he's still obviously here supporting all students at Pima and still teaching here, but I want to acknowledge Kylie Seegers, and I think she's just behind the scenes here, and I know she doesn't want to come out, and I know she doesn't want to be recognized, but she's like the queen. So do you want to say a few words and we'll part? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I forced it, sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I didn't prepare anything. Somehow I didn't think that this was going to happen. You guys are just the best, and being here tonight is just such a delight. And it's just such a wonderful reminder of all the amazing people that I have in my life. And you guys make coming to work just an absolute treat. I'm going to miss you guys over the summer. I'm excited to see everybody who's coming back next year, and I can't wait to stay in touch with my alumni and see all of the amazing things that you guys do. Please stay in touch. Please, let's get lunch. I love all of you. You're right, Dr. V, we don't say it enough, but we do. We all love you. You guys are amazing. This honors family is truly amazing. So thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you, Denise, for emceeing, and Emma for helping out. And yeah, this is just a juggernaut for good. That is my catchphrase. Honors is a juggernaut for good. Thank you for making it that. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
And kind of to end off the night, do you want to start with the end off part?
Yeah,
or do you want me to do the
sure.
final? Okay, then I'll do the final, like the, you know.
Yeah. This concludes our wonderful celebration of all of our efforts and that interconnectedness that Dr. V mentioned earlier, and we truly are an honors family here. So I would like to go ahead and ask for another round of applause for our various speakers tonight. The Pima Honors Council, Honors Club, Phi Theta Kappa student, faculty, and administrative speakers, the community partners, Kylie Seegers, Dr. Elliot Mead, Dr. Carolyn Pievich, Frankie Rollins, Monique Rodriguez, Denise Riley, Carlos Gonzalez, and Dr. Gus Miranda. We would also like to give a special thanks to the administrative support that helps make this event happen, Josie Palanes, Dr. Brian Stewart, and Dr. Dolores Duran-Cerda.
And to kind of close out the night, I'd just like to say that I think I've always measured success as if you leave things better than you found them, that's success. And I firmly believe that Kylie Seegers and Dr. Elliot Mead have continued to grow this program, and I feel like I've left it better than I found it, and I continue and hope to continue to be a friend of Honors and PTK for life. You know, it's for life membership, right? For life. So be safe tonight. Please stay safe and healthy, and congratulations to our graduates. We'll see you next week at graduation 2022. Thank you so much, Honors and PTK. recording's off, right? The recording's off. No, yeah, make sure it's off. So those who